Testing, 1, 2. Are we on? Hey! Are we on? Hey! Welcome, everybody, to WTF, What the Fidelity? Welcome, everybody, to WTF, What... Apparently, I need to mute myself when I'm doing this. Hi, you can tell that this is pretty much my first time ever doing this. I am Jim, and I am here to represent Blaseball. Specifically, we're going to be doing the second game in the series tonight between the LA Unlimited Tacos and the Jazz Hands. First game did not go well for the Tacos, which is pretty much the story of the season, and I'm going to say kind of the story of the Tacos so far. Tacos so far are rocking a 21-37 record so far this season. Jazz Hands are 31-27, so kind of a nice little parallel there. Tacos are not in immediate danger of party time. There are definitely some that are in closer range for party time, but still, it's going to be an interesting... Stop unmuting me. Sheesh. So anyway, my name is Jim, and this is Radio Free Tacos on WTF, What the Fidelity. I may be joined at some point in time by my co-host, Cleo. She is loud and annoying and likes to scratch, and you'll know when she shows up. Anyway, we got about 3 minutes here until game time starts. Now, a couple of notes here. I am using the Blazes Loaded app, which I have running in an Android emulator on my computer for the top green screen here. It's going to present a visualization up here of what the game might possibly look like. I'm working on some better technology, but for right now, Blazes Loaded is going to have to cover us. And then over here, we've got the actual live feed from the Blaseball.com game. I'm not, of course, affiliated with Blaseball.com or technically the Unlimited Tacos. I just happen to be a fan who has a camera and used to be a professional voice announcer. That's right. I once upon a time was a sportscaster for baseball, football, soccer, volleyball, lacrosse. That's right, lacrosse. But in this dimension, the only thing that really counts is Blaseball. So, the only other interesting news so far that we've had for the Tacos is that Tacos pitcher Peanut Bong earlier today shelled another player. That is the second time that has happened so far during this particular season. We're still kind of working out what's actually going on, because of course when that happens, it's going to be up to the birds to actually peck the individuals out. So, we're just kind of keeping our fingers crossed and watching what's happening. About 2 minutes away from game time. And pulling up the details on what happened earlier, just in case anybody missed it. Let's see here. It was in the previous, special. Peanut Bong tastes the infinite. Peanut Bong shells Nerd Pacheco. And that was during game 56 of season, which was... Oh, man. The feed is really cool. However, the feed is still not without some bugs, especially for people that are attempting to get information while they are doing it all by themselves. Nope. And then I clicked on the wrong thing and lost it all. Yay! Let's see, outcomes. Okay, so game 56 was against the Hellmouth Sunbeams. That's right, Nerd Pacheco were playing for the Hellmouth Sunbeams. Or he will be as soon as the birds peck him out of the giant peanut shell. Oh, and it looks like we are about to launch here with the second game, Jazz Hands. We've got Sexton Wheeler pitching for the Tacos, which means we're not likely to get any shellings, at least directly from him. However, we do have And I've not got this going right. Okay. There we are. Let's make my tacos logo just a little bit smaller. Still working out some of the graphics details here. Hopefully we'll have it a little more polished if I choose to keep doing this. Now we've got 2 on base already. Tamara Crankit was out at third. However, Colin Mellons is on base. Steph Weeks is up to bat. Ball 1. We've got 1 out so far in this top of the first. Steph Weeks hits a double. Conrad Vaughn scores. Mellons scores. That's 2 already for the Jazz Hands. Elijah Venezuela, and that's another 2. We are already at 4 for the Jazz Hands. Okay. Baby Doyle up for the Jazz Hands. Remember, this is top of the first with only 1 out so far. Foul ball. That's a strike. So we got a count of 0-2. Foul ball. Again, those don't count towards strikes. That's going to be an actual ball this time, so counts 1 and 2. Foul ball, 1 and 2, and if you're just joining us, you've already missed 4 runs for the Jazz Hands in the opening minute of this game. Okay, that does it for that. Stevens Leitner is up batting for the Jazz Hands. Got a 1-1 count. Got a peanut weather update. The sour smell of rancid peanuts fills the air. And we got a ground out. It's going to put it at the bottom of the first now with the LA Unlimited Tacos up to bat. Alexandri Walton up to bat. Campos Arias is pitching. It's ball 1 so far. That's another couple of balls. Oh, and we got a fly out to Elijah Venezuela. McDowell Mason up to bat for the Tacos. First one's a ball. Second one, also a ball. Third one, also a ball. Possibly going to get a base. Yep, we got a... McDowell Mason has drawn a walk. Valentine Games. Fan favorite Valentine Games for the Tacos is up to bat. First one is a strike, not swung on. Second one is a strike, swung on. And that's going to be a double. McDowell Mason is scored, and Valentine Games is on second now. So that brings us up to 4-1 at the bottom of the first. Rat Mason, another fan favorite for the Tacos. He's ground out. However, Valentine Games takes this opportunity to advance to third. Basilio Mason up now, and that's going to be another fly out, and that's going to be the end of the first inning and the start of the second. So, definitely an action-packed inning. Big moves for the Jazz Hands. Sexton Wheeler is now back up to pitch for the Tacos. Jazz Hands have Kathy Matthews at bat. 2 balls so far. It's going to be a ground out to Basilio Mason for the first out of the second inning. Holden Stanton now up. Holden equipped with one of the rare items in the game. It's going to be a 1-1 count so far. It's going to be a fly out to McDowell Mason once again. It's bringing us up to 2 outs. Tamara Crankit now for the Jazz Hands. It's going to be a ball. 1-0. Foul ball, now 1-1. Another ball. Sexton's keeping them on their toes. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Oh, and everything just jumped, and I'm guessing that was an out because now the tacos are hitting. Basilio Fig up to bat. First strike swinging. Foul ball for strike 2. That's a ground out to Tamara Crankett. Vito Kravitz up to bat for the Tacos. Vito has hit a single, made it to first base. Nice, simple, straightforward, nothing fancy. Always appreciate that. Alexandria Watson, 2-run home run, brings in both of them. Score is now 4-3. Jazz hands only up by 1 now. McDowell Mason at bat. First is a swinging strike. Foul ball brings us up to strike 2. That's the third strike. McDowell Mason is now out. That's 2 outs. Valentine Games up again for the Tacos. It's going to be a foul ball for the first strike there. Valentine Games has hit a single. And of course that brings up Rat Mason, who is immediately afterwards. Rat Mason also hits a single. Valentine takes the opportunity to advance to third. Basilio Mason batting for the Tacos. Ball 1. Now they've got 2 outs, but they've also got 2 runners on base. So there's definitely a case for swinging big here. 2 strikes, 1 ball. Oh, Basilio Mason gets a single. Valentine Games scores, bringing us all tied to 4-all with Mason's Basilio and Rat on bases. Basilio Fig is up to bat. It's going to be a ball 1. Foul ball brings us to 1-1. Ball 2-1. It's going to be a swing and strike. Tried to get a piece of it, just couldn't quite connect. Basilio Fig strikes out. That's going to bring us to the bottom of the second and or to the top of the third. It was a big inning the opposite direction. Same number of points scored, but for the opposite teams. Bringing us now to a tie of 4-all. Sexton Wheeler continues to pitch. Conrad Vaughn is batting for the Jazz hands. Count is 1-2. It's going to be a ground out caught by Alexandria Walton. Collins Mellon is now up to bat for the Jazz hands. 0-1. He's tried to take a piece of that one, couldn't quite make it. That's 0-2 now, and now he has struck out looking. Brings us up to second out with Steph Weeks taking the bat for the Jazz hands. Foul ball. 2 foul balls. Steph Weeks struck out looking. All right, bottom of the third now. LA Tacos, Vito Kravitz up to bat. That's going to be a strike 1 there for Kravitz. Oh, peanut weather interruption. A solitary peanut rolls onto the field. No one cares. Kravitz, however, hits a ground out to Elijah Venezuela. I'm sorry, I'm not as familiar with the Jazz Hands team names. I'm learning. If you're a Jazz Hands fan, we still love you. Just working my way through this. Alexandria Walton batting now. That's counts 1-2. It's a fly out to Holden Stanton. That brings us to 2 outs with McDowell Mason up to bat now. It's a strike. McDowell Mason has hit a triple. He's going all the way around the bases there. He's at third base. Valentine Games is up to bat. This could potentially be very good for the Tacos. Valentine's had quite the record. Oh, and speaking of that, Valentine's hit a double. McDowell Mason has scored. Valentine Gaines is now on second base. Puts the Tacos in the lead for the first time this game. Rat Mason following up after Valentine Games. Count is 0-1. It's going to be a foul ball for that one. 0-2. And Rat Mason has struck out swinging. So unfortunately for the Tacos, that is going to be all she wrote for the third inning. So we now move on to the fourth inning. Sexton Wheeler is once again pitching. He's going to continue to be doing that the rest of this game due to the lack of any conditions that would change that. Elijah Valenzuela is up to bat, and we've got 0-2. It's going to be a ground out to McDowell Mason for the first out of the inning. Baby Doyle now up. Baby Doyle, we did not actually see how they finished the last time at bat due to a computer glitch or a reality glitch. When you're dealing with the Tacos, it's a little hard to tell sometimes. It was a fly out to Basilio Mason this time for the second out. Stefan's Leitner up now. Counts 0-1. 0-2. Swing and strike there. And that's a ground out to McDowell Mason. Up and down, 3-3. Tacos resume bat. Basilio Mason is up first. It's going to be ball 0-1 or 1-0. Ground out to Steph Weeks. Basilio Fig now. Second of the Basilios coming up. First strike is a swing and strike, followed by a ball. Counts 1-1 with one out. Looking strike there. It's 1-2 now. Oh, and we have struck out swinging. Basilio Fig down. That is 2 outs, bringing up Vito Kravitz. First hit's a foul ball there. Nice souvenir for some fan in the stands. Strike 2. And strike 3. And that ends the fourth inning. Jazz hands returning up to bat now. Katie Matthews will be taking the bat first, and immediately it's a ground out to Basilio Fig for the first out. Holden Stanton again, wielding the shrink ray. One ball, one strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's going to be a fly out to Alexandre Walton. Second out of the game second out of the inning for the Jazz hands. Tamara crank it up to bat, hoping that she can crank it over the fence. Well, not quite. Got a single there. I'll put her on base for the first time in the inning. Conrad Vaughn now up for the Jazz hands. It's a foul ball. 1-1 now. 2-1. 3-1. Yet to see a full count this game. Nope. It's going to be a walk. Conrad Vaughn advances to first. Tamara Crankett to second. Collins Mellon up for all the marbles. Collins, all they got to do is hit a good hit there. We got 2 outs, so that's a single. We now have loaded bases. Bases are loaded for the Jazz hands. Outs are also loaded at 2 outs. Steph Weeks. Oh, Steph Weeks hits a single. Tamara Crankit gets a run in. Scores now tied at 5-all at the top of the 5th. That's right, triple JY2K. We are all tied up. Ha ha! Elijah Venezuela hits ground out, and that's going to take us to the bottom of the 5th. Alexandria Walton will be batting for the Tacos. It's going to be a strike on the first one there. Foul ball for the second. Count is 0-2. That's going to be a ground out to Baby Doyle, knocking him up and putting him right back immediately. McDowell Mason is up now and has received 2 balls thus far. That's a strike looking. 3 balls. 1 strike. Oh, and we got a full count. 3-2. Nice. Foul ball. Of course, foul ball doesn't advance things. Malcolm McDowell hits a ground out to Baby Doyle. Again with Baby Doyle for the out there. Valentine Games now up. Valentine's done really good when there were people on bat or on base. However, well, as soon as I say that, Valentine Games hits a triple, continuing to pay off over and over again. Valentine Games. Once again, Rat Mason comes in to clean up. Unfortunately, the golden arm of Baby Doyle once again plucks victory from the air, and that's going to end the 5th inning. Jazz hands now up. Baby Doyle, let's see if we are as good at hitting as we are at catching. Foul ball, 0-1. Yes, unfortunately, there is a bit of a defeatist attitude for anybody that is a fan of the Tacos. I love the Tacos. I love them dearly. They continue to hurt me. It feels a little bit like a 50 Shades of Taco thing, almost. Baby Doyle has made it to first. Stefan Sleitner was hitting, but now it's a fly out to Basilio Mason. Kathy Matthews now up for the Jazz hands. Baby Doyle still on first. It's a strike for 0-1. Kathy Matthews hits a single. It's going to take Baby Doyle to third. Holden Stanton now up. Counts 1-1, ball and strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Both pitchers getting a lot of balls in at this point. Wondering if there's got to be some second half of the season fatigue going on. It's going to be another walk. We've had several of those so far this game. That puts full bases loaded for the Jazz hands with Tamar Crankit up to bat once more and only 1 out. 1 ball, 2 balls. It's a foul ball for a 2-1 count. Got a little too greedy there. It was a strike looking. Ball 3. Full count, 3-2. Oh, and we have walked. That means Baby Doyle walks into home for another point, putting the Jazz hands up 1. Sexton Wheeler's gonna be having some conversations about that once we go back to the dugout. Conrad Vaughn now up to bat. Still have bases loaded. And that's a single. That brings Kathy Matthews in. So we've got Conrad, Tamara, and Holden all on base. Only 1 out as the Tacos game completely crumbles around them once again, as we have seen so many times this season. It is so hard to watch. I still love the Tacos. I love you very much. Why do you hurt us? Collins Mellons at 3 balls. Got a foul ball there. Collins has drawn a walk. This is unprecedented. Holden Stanton scores on a walk advancement. Score is now 8-5. Steph Weeks is up for the Jazz hands. Okay, so Tamara Crankett was out at home for a second out. Fielder's choice, though, so Steph Weeks took first. Laia Valenzuela is up. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Oh, and we've got a third strike, finally ending the nightmare of an inning for the Tacos. Tacos are now up to bat. Bottom of the 6th. It's 2 strikes so far for Basilio Mason. 1 ball. And that's a fly out to Holden Stanton for the first out. Basilio Fig now up. It's going to be a ground out to Collins Mellon for the second out. And Vito Kravitz is up again for the Tacos. See if Vito has any better luck than every other Tacos player so far has. 2 strikes, no balls. Foul ball. Vito has hit a double. Taken second base. Puts a runner on base at least. Alexandria Walton is up now. Foul ball there. Foul ball again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, current count. And that is a strike. Strike 3, out 3. Taking us to the top of the 7th. Remember, everybody, stay hydrated, stretch. Jazz hands are up. Again, Jazz hands continue to more or less dominate the Tacos this game. 8-5. Baby Doyle is up first. We got 1-1 on the count. Baby Doyle has hit a double. Stephen Slater is batting for the Jazz hands. It's going to be a single. So Baby Doyle takes third, and Stephen Slater is on first. Kathy Matthews up for the Jazz hands. Ball 1. I have a bad feeling I may be knowing where this is going. Foul ball, 1-1. Strike looking, 1-2. As much as you can say for the Tacos, not really controlling this game at all. The Jazz hands have left a lot of runners on base, so it's not a great look for them either. Holden Stanton is now up for bat. Kathy Matthews got another run in there, and she is now on first. It's 2 strikes for Holden Stanton. And that's going to be an uncontested single there. Stanton takes first. Kathy Matthews on second. Tamara Crankett is up for the Jazz hands. And that's going to be a fly out to McDowell Mason for the second out. Conrad Vaughn now. Runners on first and second. 2 balls, no strikes. 3 balls, no strikes. And if this is a walk again, Sexton is... Sexton. It's going to be a walk for Conrad Vaughn. That puts 3 on base for the Jazz hands with Collins Mellon up. Ball 1. It's ground out to Basilio Fig. Again, Jazz hands, great at getting people on bases, not nearly as good at getting them back to home base. Unfortunately, for the Tacos, they're up again. It's a terrible thing to say, but all right. McDowell hits a triple. That's going to put him on third base, and Valentine Games. Oh, and we got a fly out to Collins Mellon, but McDowell Mason manages to score a run. I've got to find the window that's in so that I can dismiss that notification. Haha, there we go. All right, Rat Mason following up Valentine Games. 3 balls so far. It's going to be a walk for Rat Mason. It's been a game of walks. An unprecedented number of walks. I'm sure the stat heads looking at this, if they are so inclined, can tell me how wrong I am, but it does seem to have been very walk-heavy on both teams so far. Basilio Mason, 2 strikes now. It's going to be a fly out to Conrad Vaughn. And that is going to bring us up to 2 outs. Basilio Fig now. Up to bat. Rat Mason still stuck on first. It's 1-2 on the count there. Going to be a foul ball. Does not advance the count. And that's another strikeout. It's going to retire the Tacos lineup and advance us on to the 8th inning. Current score is 9-6. Jazz Hands continuing to more or less hold the Tacos over the flamin' hot Doritos. Sexton Wheeler pitching. Steph Weeks was ground out to Vito Kravitz, so that's going to be an out for the Jazz Hands. Elijah Valenzuela up to bat. Ball 0-1. Ball 0-2. Ball 0-3, and is Sexton going to walk another player? He is. We are. Elijah up on first now. Baby Doyle, one of the previous walkies, now up. It's going to be a fly out, though. Steffens Leitner up now. First one's a ball. Second one's a foul. 1-1. And that's going to be a ground out. That's going to end the top of the 8th. Advance to the bottom of the 8th. The LA Unlimited Tacos batting. Starting off this time with Vito Kravitz. Kravitz had a couple of big swings earlier today. Unfortunately, not going to be able to follow up on that. It's going to be a fly out on the first pitch there. Alexander Walton now up. Oh, and a triple for Walton. Would have been very nice if there'd been anybody on base, but we will still take it. Walton is now on third. McDowell Mason up to bat. McDowell Mason also has had some very good hits earlier today. Oh, and it looks like McDowell Mason has done a double there. It's going to get Walton in for 1 run scored and put Mason on second base. That brings the Tacos to within 2 points of the Jazz Hands. Now Valentine Games is up for the Tacos and has hit a fly out. Rat Mason once again up as the Tacos continue to burn through their lineup. McDowell Mason still on second. It's going to be 0-2 for Rat Mason so far, and it's going to be the end of the 8th. Rat Mason did not score. Didn't actually see what happened, but that's going to bring us up to the top of the 9th. Kathy Matthews now batting for the Jazz Hands. Strike 1. It's ground out. Plucked by Walton. Holden Stanton now up for the Jazz Hands. Holden again, once more, one of the wielders of an object of power, the Shrink Ray. And doesn't help, though, as he grounds out to Vito Kravitz. It's going to be 2 outs now. Tomorrow Crankit up. 2 balls thus far. Pressure's mounting on Sexton Wheeler. 2-1. 2-2. It's going to be another foul ball there. And my input has frozen. Nope. Struck out looking. Okay. That takes us to the bottom of the ninth. The Tacos have 7. The Jazz Hands have 9. The Tacos will need at least 2 points in order to be able to continue this. Otherwise, the Tacos are going to once again incur shame. Basilio Mason first up and immediately hits a ground out. Basilio Fig now. 2 strikes thus far. 3 strikes, that makes it 2 outs. The entire Tacos' hope rests on Vito Kravitz. Swinging strike, 0-1. Not swinging strike, 0-2. And that's going to be a ground out to Collins Mellon, and that officially ends the game. The Tacos have lost to the Jazz Hands 9-7. This has been Radio Free Tacos, the unofficial home of the Unlimited Tacos, coming to you live from one of the many hyperdimensional Los Angeles, as the Tacos have once again lost a game. I love you, Tacos. Why do you hurt us this way? My name is Jim, and if you enjoyed this, please, subscribe to this channel or like or favorite. I have not actually done Twitch before. This is my first real stream, so here's to hoping that this was enjoyable for you. I'd love to hear about it. I'm assuming there is some sort of method through Twitch that you could leave me feedback, even if you're not watching this live. Otherwise, maybe hit up the subscribe, and I will look to maybe do another one of these again tomorrow. Until then, good night, good tacos.